the Enugu State Government, through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, has reinstalled the Iva Valley Coal Miners Massacre Monument to mark the Memorial Day on today, 18th of November 2024. The statue is placed at the new Market Roundabout in Enugu. In an interview with Afia TV, the Enugu State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Dame Ugochi Madueke, highlights the importance of the monument to Enugu State Government, saying they took it further by listing the names of the miners whose statue has been restored.
Well, we thank His Excellency the Governor for the return of the 21 coal miners that were massacred in 1949, exactly 75 years today. So today is a significant day, and that's why His Excellency insisted that we must return the monument today in memory and in celebration of the 21 coal miners that were massacred. From inception, His Excellency said that this monument must be returned. We had to go look for it, find out where it was kept, and then started working on the roundabout in order to bring it back and give it a facelift. Again, we went further to find these men because we've been hearing coal miners, but nobody knew them. But today, their names are here. Today, indeed, the state has immortalized them. And then the message for everybody, we remember where we are coming from. We are in Enugu. Enugu is known for coal. Enugu is known with coal. And once you mention coal, you hear Coal City. And once you say Coal City, everybody knows that you are talking about Enugu.
A former coal miner, Engineer Hyacinth Ohagu, shared his elation on the restoration of the statue.
I feel very happy because all our colleagues have been trying to stop me. So we the people representing the union, the members of the union executive, we should go all out and replace the cenotaph. Today it is accomplished. I'm happy going back home to my house. Throughout the night, I'll be calling all our colleagues on phone. Say, whenever you come down to Enugu, come to the roundabout again and tell me what you saw. So I'm very delighted. I know you guys are very delighted too, because this serves as a guide, tour guide, for all visitors into Enugu, because they use this as a reference point. So it's of a very significant importance. All right.
Recall that the dismantling of the Iva Valley Massacre Monument last year by the previous administration caused significant concern in the state. The statue was designed in memory of 21 coal miners killed by shooting because they protested for higher wages for the labor in 1949. In a similar development, the National Museum of Unity hosted a solemn memorial event to commemorate the Iva Valley Massacre, which occurred on November 18, 1949. The program brought together students from several secondary schools, including Spring of Life Secondary School, the Wayne Secondary School, Rose Valley Secondary School, and Bethesda Secondary School, Enugu. A key highlight of the event was the unveiling of a book by writer D.K. Ekejuba, dedicated to Iva Valley Massacre. Mr. Ekejuba provided insights into the coal mining industry, emphasizing its historical significance.
I took history, and then what I did was some of the people that were in the historical story, the historical account of Iva mine. Among the other mines, I focused on Iva because that's where this terrible thing happened in November 1949. I took this historical story and I took the people that made up the history, and I imagined how they interacted, what they said to each other, what they did, the little things, not the major things. We all know what really happened, but the little things that must have said to each other that led from one thing to the other, and then up to that day that terrible thing happened. Now, I wrote this story not as just general history. I wrote as the story of one person.
Following this interactive segment, the book was officially launched, accompanied by a video presentation of the event. A panel discussion followed, focusing on the struggles of coal miners, President of the Nigerian Coal Miners Association, Engineer Hyacinth Ohago, expressed his gratitude for the younger generation's interest in miner stories. He highlighted that the massacre stemmed from miners advocating for their rights, asserting that they committed no crime.
It is very, 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 very important. Always make mention or remember what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I mean, 18th of November 1949. Like I said earlier when I made a brief comment, for our lads there, I said I'm very happy. Because these are the vehicles that will take down the message to the appropriate destination. Now, most of them are hearing it for the first time here. Most of them never knew such a thing happened. Now that they know, they go back home and tell their daddy or their mommy, this is what I had in the lecture today. People do not believe that somebody can pick up a gun and shoot his fellow human being, though it's rampant these days. But then it was very rare. It was a heinous crime in the history of humanity for a human being to pick up a gun and bring down his neighbor. For what reason? These miners were asking for their simple rights, legitimate right. And somebody from nowhere said, who are you to make such a demand? So that has to be remembered. Today, if anybody tells you, I'm talking to our kids now more, you shouldn't have this, and you know that you should have it, what do? Will you keep quiet? If you cannot fight the person physically, you go to your parents. I said, Daddy, look at.
Also sharing his thoughts during the discussion, Elder Joe Oke, emphasizing the importance of passing down miner stories to future generations, he noted that the coal industry played a crucial role in Nigeria's independence in 1960. Dr. Joe advocated for the inclusion of historical education in secondary school curriculums, urging that awareness of the past is vital for understanding the present. He also raised concerns about the illegal coal mining and called for government action.
And there will be no future if there's no history. We must always trace back. Let me tell you people, why we are crying is because today, if you are working in Central Bank and you want to marry, you go to your in-laws, they will accept you with every alacrity. That was exactly what happens in coal, when coal was coal. As a worker in coal corporation, you want to marry. When you go to your in-laws, they will, throw a red carpet reception for you. Unfortunately, why are we now? We are regulated to the background. But this is the industry that brought about the independence we are all enjoying. And for our children here, they are the future. I call them the great future. Because any nation, any family, any country, any village that does not have this kind of young ones here, that family has no future. And we need to tell them. I'm using the opportunity to say that history should come back to our curriculum.
A representative of the International Council on Monuments and Sites, Dr. Ijoma Onyejekwe, contributed to the discussion by noting that the movement to protect coal assets began when these resources were threatened with privatization. She emphasized the necessity of preserving these assets for future generations, marking November 18 as a pivotal date in Nigeria's journey to independence from the colonial rule.
My running for coal, for the preservation of coal, did not stand today. At least he can bear me witness. Yes. It actually started in 2013. when all the colliery assets were being sold off in Enugu State during the privatization. I don't know if you know what privatization is, when they are making public assets to be owned by private people, one person owning what should have been a public asset, all right? When these things were going on, some of the arrangement was for these things to be used, to be privatized so that it can be used, to continue to be used for what it was. But unfortunately, when these things are taken, they are not used for what it's supposed to be. Most of them, they change totally what the function of that property was meant for.
Executive Director of the Center for Memories, Ihani Woke, underscored the significance of history in shaping future success. He urged the audience to recognize the dangers of seeking opportunities abroad and emphasized the need to leverage Nigeria's natural resources efficiently.
And it's important to remember because, one, you cannot move forward if you don't know about your past. Because if you look at the incidences of the past, these are the issues that still plague us today. What is the welfare condition of people who work in our offices, in the government offices? Is it not the same thing? Has anything changed? How well have we utilized our resources? The first speaker mentioned about the byproducts, number of byproducts that we can generate from coal, from exploiting coal. And today, we are talking about unemployment in our society. So do you think as a people who are rational in their way of life, that if we have known how to harness our resources, that we'll still be complaining about unemployment? No. But again, history is also very important because it helps us to know ourselves. It helps us to know the challenges that we have dealt with in the past. It helps us to know who we are, what we are connected to, where we are coming from. And I think this story...
District Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Dr. Onyedikachi Onovo, thanked the organizers for raising awareness about the historical ties between coal mining and railway infrastructure. He highlighted the urgent need for improvement in the state's rail systems.
To the construction of the Eastern Rail Line from Enugu to Port Harcourt. That project was done between 1913 and 1916. So it took them about 3 years to complete that line. The sole purpose was for the exploitation of this solid mineral called the black gold. It is the black gold. It had always been black gold, and that is what it has remained till today. The only unfortunate thing is that it is not being given the attention it deserves. But I want to commend the organizers of this program because I want to believe that this is taking the project a notch further. And government attention, I'm meant to understand that there is coal mining in some places in India. People say some are illegal, some are legal. So letting you know that there's still that strong deposit of coal.
Mr. Jibril Sani shared insights on the quality of Enugu coal, noting its accessibility compared to coal in other regions, which often requires extensive digging.
I saw the mine in the UK for 7 years. And to reach coal there, you are very lucky to have coal here at the very, what do you call it? So the surface here. The coal here is on the surface here. Very, very, to reach is very easy. You can walk in here. In the UK, you have to dig what you call a shaft. 800 to sometimes 700 meters, sometimes 800 meters to reach the coal.
From the Wayne Secondary School, Ms. Angel Okolo expressed her delight at the event, stating it's provided a valuable opportunity to learn about coal mining and the Iva Valley Massacre.
My name is Chimson Kenja Okoro, and I'm in JSS3 from the Wing School. I feel really grateful for being given an opportunity out of people in my school to be here today. It's really a memorable and amazing sight I saw, and I just really feel happy that I was able to gather all this knowledge which I can share with others. Okay, today I learned that on the 18th November 1949 in Eva Valley, situated in Enugu, 21 coal miners were massacred unjustly just because they wanted to fight for their rights, and up to 51 were injured just for their rights. And I also learned that this event that took place made way for our independence.
Mr. Ihain reiterated that the event serves as a moment for sober reflection and a call to action. He stressed the need to revitalize the mining industry to boost the nation's economy.
Good afternoon. My name is Mazian Iboko. I work at the Center for Memories as the Executive Director. Today calls for sober reflection. Today is a clarion call to remind us of where we are coming from, of our shared humanity, of our cherished history, of one of the fundamental values that we should uphold as a people, as a nation, as a state, which is the value of human welfare, better working conditions, the basic working.
Onyejekwe highlighted the importance of preserving history. She pointed out that while the coal industry contributed to development, miners often received inadequate compensation. She emphasized that the November 18 massacre symbolizes Nigeria's unity and the struggle for independence, advocating for the preservation of coal assets for future generations.
It's true that history cannot put food in our table or cannot keep us warm when we are cold. But anybody that doesn't know the history or the hardship of the people before him or her does not have any root. Okay? Enugu is a state that is blessed with coal. And since coal was discovered by the British in 1909, not that it was discovered by them, we're already using coal before they came and saw that we had coal. And one of the reasons that made the Enugu coal more interesting to them, because they have coal in UK and in Europe. To get coal in the UK, you need to go down the ground about 780 kilometers down the ground. And there needs to be a shaft. In Germany, it's about 1 kilometer down. But Enugu is surface coal. And when they discovered that Enugu coal is even...
This memorial event not only honored the memory of the victims, but also served as a crucial reminder of the significance of coal mining in Nigeria's history and future.